And now it's with great pleasure that I introduce today's commencement speaker, Dr. James Chapman. Dr. Chapman served at Shawnee State University as its fourth president from 1998 to 2001. Under his leadership, the institution made significant advances in facilities, intercollegiate athletics, and especially in academic programming, where Shawnee elevated its academic reach and reputation. Dr. Chapman has a long and distinguished career in higher education that has moved him through roles which include assistant chancellor, provost, and of course, president. And it's taken him from the states of Kentucky to Ohio to Alaska and back to Kentucky. As we celebrate our 35th anniversary at Shawnee State University, we honor all of those who have contributed to its history and development. So please join me in welcoming Dr. James Chapman.
Mr. President, members of the board, faculty, SSU staff, family members, and friends of the graduates, students, and of course, graduates. It is a great honor and pleasure to be able to join you this afternoon. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some items related to your graduation day. Let's talk a little bit about first how you got to the point. My basic contention is that there are two purposes we all have in life. One is to discover who we are, and the other one is to serve others. Let's talk a little bit about the first and primary purpose, discover who we are. Right from the beginning, you'll see that little babies, they try to discover everything around them. We've started to have grandchildren. We see them looking around and trying to measure various things, sound, light, touch, hunger, warmth. And then they start to grow and explore. Does that ever stop? I don't think so. I think we pursue that throughout all of our lives. We learn new things every day through our experiences and reflection. And as we journey through each phase of life, reflect on and discover new facets. Also, as we proceed through life, we take on some roles. And the main role is service to others. I'm hard-pressed to think of any job that is not a service job. For pay or no pay, it boils down to something being needed and then one doing the function that's needed and providing a service of some kind to others. I remember going to a factory down in southern Kentucky one time. It was where they made coffee pots. And we passed one person who was just sorting through a box of resistors and rheostats, looking for defects. And I said, my goodness, what kind of a job? Well, that would just wear me out for sure. But then I thought, well, her service, what she's doing, is saving people time so that they don't have to worry about their coffee pots catching on fire. So that's one less thing that people have to worry about. So every job, no matter how big or small, provides a service to others. So how do these two purposes of discovering ourselves and service fit in with this graduation? Let me let you in on a little secret that you might not know. The curriculum you have followed in order to get your college degree, whether here at Shawnee State or at another college or university for those of you getting advanced degrees, was designed with these two goals in mind. The courses look at the courses you took in your general education program here at SSU. They were pointed in helping you to further and accelerate your exploration of yourself and your humanity in three ways. You remember those courses you took in literature, fine arts, ethical insight and reasoning, and human behavior, your English composition and oral communication, French and Spanish courses. Those were all aimed at helping you to understand yourself as an individual, how a human being thinks, expresses itself through language and art, and through individual reasoning. But you don't exist in a vacuum. How about things outside of you, the individual? Well, you took other courses in your GEP program, the quantitative reasoning and natural sciences courses in biology, chemistry, geology, physics, and physical science. They showed you how human beings relate to the physical world outside of the mind. Mathematics is in that area, but that's just a language that enables us to communicate with the physical part of reality. And the third area in your GEP program dealt with your relationships to other people. And that's what you explored through your human behavior requirement, anthropology, economics, political science, and sociology. So the GEP program, or whatever general education program was called where you took those courses, pushed you a long way along the road to knowing yourself and gave you the tools and principles to further and better understand yourself as an individual, at least in the temporal existence. How do you as a human being function and apply? How do you relate to other people and things around you? Universities in your degree program also cover the second purpose, the part that requires you to look for ways to serve others. Those of you who are completing your graduate degrees in particular have gotten advanced education on how best to serve others through your studies. The courses in your major at all levels taught you how to make a contribution. They gave you a knowledge of a particular area of study and taught you skills and techniques related to the discipline so you can assist others. Most importantly, they taught you to get things done in a focused way and using the skills and understandings you studied to solve problems. That, to me, is the main purpose of a degree program, to show individuals how to solve problems. Some, maybe many of you, will not pursue the area of your major throughout your lives. And that's okay, because you now know how to solve problems and make a significant contribution to society through your work and service. So why this graduation? Graduation comes from the Latin word gradus, which means a step. And this graduation is recognized as the big step you have taken to move yourselves along the way to understanding yourself and preparing yourself to provide a service to other human beings. You should be very proud of what you have accomplished. But your steps are not finished. You have a long trip ahead of you. This ceremony is not only called a graduation, but it's also called a commencement, and that's an old French word meaning beginning, and so it is. This is the beginning of your next step. Hopefully, through the actual interactions with your loved ones and others, readings, involvement in the arts, watching television shows and movies, albeit some better than the others, travel, and just quiet thinking, you will continue to get a better understanding of what being human means and how wonderful and amazing it is. It is a never-ending adventure. Hopefully, you will also find a satisfying way to serve others as well. I was reading an article the other day, and it said that college was no good if it did not give you a high-paying job. I contend that the purpose of college is not making money, but happiness. In my lifetime, I have watched many climb the ladder of financial success, only to see it get very shaky the higher they got, and for them to get slowed down or even fall as they get closer to the top, and they don't go as far as they had planned. Do what you enjoy doing, and that is what will make you happy. You should consider every job a service job and not solely for the purpose of making money, as I say. Over the years, the individuals I have known who have the skills and abilities for and interest in what they are doing succeed with sufficient funds for their happiness and well-being. Also, your service does not end with a job. Do not forget you need to serve your family, your community, your country, and the world in other ways. There are things all of us can do and take our turn. You do not need to be involved every year with a PTA, youth sports, community service for the rest of your lives. But, for goodness sake, take your turn. So in conclusion, congratulations on your graduation and taking this very big and important step. We're all so proud of you and happy for you. Best wishes for continuation on the wonderful journey to know yourself fully as a human being and to serve others so that they have the time and energy to do the same. Thank you very much.